one of the hardest ceremonies I've ever done. Yeah. Just because there was a constant noise. Not for the actual ceremony, but the second the ceremony ended, he put his Hawaiian shirt on. Okay. And they were brilliant. And I knew when I got there, because with me, it's not legal, so you can drink alcohol beforehand. Yeah. You can't do that with a registrar. No. And Vickers frowned upon it. And so they were all pretty much drunk before the ceremony started. So I was like, okay, I've got a gauge of what this is going to be like right now. So then when it starts, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing. So I actually just went, oi!
You did a Bridget.
And I feel, to this day, it haunts me. I'm like, I can't believe I started a wedding ceremony with, oi! But they responded to it. I got to their level. They thought it was brilliant. Yeah, they were like, oh, sorry. I was like, you're really disobedient. Yeah. Sort yourselves out, see it off, and let's get cracking.
Welcome to Wedding Mayhem. Woo! It's because you're going like this. Wait for me to fuck up.
Wait for all
We're
the
both
drama.
in green.
I know.
We should really talk about
what you were wearing, and then I thought, oh, I brought 6 outfits.
Did you?
Yeah, because I just didn't have the mental.
Or did you not have time and just thought, shit, Sharon's outside?
No, I just pulled out loads of stuff, and I was like, I'll just pack it in a bag and see how I feel. Oh. I saw you wearing green. I was like, oh. And we've got like similar metallic vibes.
I do like these though. Where did you get them off?
ASOS.
ASOS?
ASOS.
Why do you call it ASOS? It's ASOS, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, do you know what? I knew.
Sounds like you're saying ass off.
I knew I always pronounced it wrong, and I thought I was pronouncing it the right way. And I haven't. Just out of myself.
It's I'm sure it's ASOS. Well, that's what I'll guess in a minute. Anyway, what have you been doing this week?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
You've been ill?
I've been ill.
For a day.
I've been ill.
Didn't we know it?
Had an MOT. My car.
Oh, not on your body.
I fucking need one. Jesus Christ. What was we going to say? I can't remember. Carry on talking.
You were going to... we had that bride in the week that was talking about pineapples.
Yes. So we have loads of pampas grass, don't we, around our mirrors? And then, I don't know...
I've just done the mirrors.
Oh, we were talking about a veil that had like a look of a pampas grass in it on the embroidery. And I was like, it's really nice for weddings. And then, for some reason, I'd done a weird look to the mum. And I was like, even though it's meant to be for swanging. But...
What, to the mum?
I don't know why
I wasn't there for the conversation. All George said you just need to ask her about this.
Someone turned round and went, I thought pineapples were for swingers. So apparently you put a pineapple in your window if you're a swinger.
Pineapples are
and I got confirmation.
Pineapples are fertility, aren't they? I'm sure they're for fertility. I'm sure that people that are trying for babies that are struggling will eat pineapples and.
No, I think that's.
Please tell me
taste.
that's a thing.
No, that's a sexual thing for taste. Do you know that? I can't believe I'm even talking about this.
What, with me?
Oh my God.
What have you got?
So, pineapple, for most folks raised in the South, the pineapple is a symbol of welcome, but the tropical fruit has a steamier side.
It's American, this, isn't it?
Must be.
What else on that list? So is this just for swingers?
I don't know.
It's a podcast for swingers.
5-pointed star. Pampas grass, see? Swingers.
Yeah.
Pink flamingos. I've got flamingos. I love flamingos.
And you've got pampas
I decked out my garden with them. I've got loads of pampas grass in a vase with an S. S-shaped vase.
I dated a guy that was a swinger. Have I not told you that story?
You did.
Of course I did. Have I never told you that story?
No,
not on purpose.
Did you join?
No.
She did.
No. I hated dating.
I was going to say I hated that swinging.
No. He contacted me. It was really weird because he contacted me via Facebook.
In a group chat.
No.
We weren't alone.
No. He contacted me on Facebook, and I thought, oh, hello. And I obviously looked at his profile, and he was very good looking, and but he actually was from my hometown, and he knew a lot of people that I knew.
Cornwall. There's the problem.
No, it was from my village. So
yeah.
And so we just got chatting, and then he asked me out on a date, and I went to the date, and it went very.
Put my key in the bowl.
Put my key. I didn't put my key in the bowl. It was in Guildford.
Right.
I was driving. Couldn't put my key in the bowl. Had to go home.
Pick them up on the way out. That's the whole point. Have you not heard of that saying? Keys in a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went on a second date with him, and then he invited me. He lived in Bournemouth. I want to say Bournemouth. Lived in Bournemouth, so he said come down to Bournemouth, and a house shared with this girl. And I went, it'll be a bit weird, we'll be in there. And he went, oh no, because she just comes in and out and blah 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 blah.
And watches.
And anyway, I just had a really. They always say you should check your gut, you know. Just a gut feeling about him and everything. So I did a bit of stalking on Facebook, and I met a previous date. It's getting a bit random now. Called Adam.
It's getting a bit floozy.
No. But we quickly on the first date realised that we weren't.
Right.
It wasn't going to be that, but we ended up being good mates. So he was going to be my wingman, I was going to be his wingman, and we were in the went to Bushy Park, and I picked with the dogs, and we've been out with a group of friends before. The night before, so I was telling them about it, and they were like, "Oh, you know, it's definitely his girlfriend, I went, "No, how would you be asking me out and asking me to his house if it's his girlfriend?" And we were going back through all his stuff. And we went back years and years, and he was at a wedding that weekend, and we're like, "Hang on a moment, he's engaged." So we found his engagement announcement on Facebook. And the girl that he was engaged to was the housemate.
What?
I know. And then the friend was like, he's a swinger. And I went, no, he's not. And then Pippa, was like, he's definitely a swinger. So they would like research it. So I texted him. He texts me, say, how are you? How's your Sunday going? And I was like, fine. How's your engagement going? And my phone blew up. He went mental. The fact that I was stalking his Facebook, and I was like, "But you didn't tell me."
Yeah.
That, and he went, "We'll have an open relationship." So she sees guys, and I see girls, and they, you know. And I went, "What?" At the same time, and he went, "Yeah, they come back to the house." And I went, "Oh my God, you're a swinger?" And he went, "Yeah." And I went, "But did you not think to tell me that you were a swinger?"
Yeah.
And it was awful. Fast forward 6 months, they split up. Well, they married. They did get married, and then they split up. About a couple of months later, she ran off with the guy that she was swinging with.
I couldn't have an open relationship.
No,
could you?
no. I'm not a jealous person.
She's game.
Right, I think on that note, our person sitting on the sofa next to us,
This is going to be so much fun, and I would advise if there's any children,
Yeah.
anyone with morals, just stop watching.
Morals? We're going to rename the show from Wedding Mayhem to Wedding Chaos. Welcome, Olivia.
Wedding Chaos? I thought you were going to come up with something really good then.
That's good. Welcome, Olivia Coleman.
There is so much to unpack with everything you just said.
Can we just not say who you are first?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
And then can I unpack a few things?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do as much unpacking as you want.
Okay.
So you are Olivia Coleman,
Yeah.
not that Olivia Coleman.
The other Olivia Coleman, yeah.
You're the other. You're the real deal.
I am the real deal.
And you are a wedding celebrant.
Yeah,
And you're also a fellow podcaster.
I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not brave or attractive like you two, so I do it without a screen.
Oh.
No.
Well, no, I just don't like. You've gone to a lot of effort.
We need to go to a lot of effort. Oh, sorry.
You should see I do school run and then I transform.
You should see us on the way home.
This is it. So Lola, my little girl's just started stage coaching on Saturday, so I drop her off at 9:15 looking like an absolute arse.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I put my glam on for that wedding,
Yeah.
and I pick her up and they're like, who's this more attractive twin?
I've still got eyelashes on my dashboard.
Yeah, she rips them off and just sticks them.
Hey, with chewing gum.
No, you're very glamorous. So that's one thing to unpack, is that you both look beautiful in green. Your shoes are wonderful. I look like I could perform a clog dance. Pineapple is for, I ate a whole pineapple on the day I went into labour.
Oh, it's to bring on labour.
It brings on labour.
It's not to get
Okay.
you pregnant.
Also a sign of wealth, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah, but it does make things taste
I wonder
nicer.
if like the flamingo, the pineapple, and the pampas
Oh,
grass
very
are,
tropical.
are-
That's a party.
Well, are they levels of what to expect?
Perhaps.
So if it's pineapple, it's high end.
Oh,
yeah,
I like that.
high end swinging.
If it's star, it's low end.
So if I had a pineapple, say, in my windowsill or just in my car, they could be like, is she rich? Is she into it?
Is she about to give birth?
She's sweet as anything.
Yeah. Do you think it's like it's like having a red light in your bedroom window?
No.
Mainly my point of concern is that swinger story started out as a real treat and ended very sadly.
It did.
That was like really started off high. Oh, we're going down. It was.
I had really high hopes for the
you.
date because he was like, he had everything on. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
All the friends were like, my God, Sharon, this is it.
Babe.
Dating is shit.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Don and I had a conversation last night.
Who?
John.
I thought you said Don.
She did definitely say Don. Don Juan.
Don Juan.
The man she's having an affair with. Go on.
And we said, you're making that Don, aren't you?
I just went, you were like, yeah, she definitely fucked up.
She did.
Don.
She did. Just call her out on it.
Yeah,
dating's hard. And I think when, I think that's what's so nice about a wedding is that, finally, one, you don't have to do it again.
Well,
unless you're me.
In theory.
You can spit out.
I just remembered something. So when we were in the van this morning,
Wait, you're on a podcast. Is that what you remembered?
when we were in the van this morning, Sharon was opening up, and she said that she's gone through a phase at the minute where when the lights go off at night time, her and John start having
rock. I just cry.
That's me.
I do too.
Yeah, she says her and John just start having conversations.
Yeah, for some reason we don't talk to each other through through the evening.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
We go in, make dinner, watch a bit of TV, go to bed. So we've not really had a conversation apart from how was your day? Shit, how was your day? Yeah, it's all right. Oh, dinner, eat, what's on TV, and then go to bed. And then for some reason the lights go out. And then suddenly it's like, and we're like, what you doing, girl?
Absolute classic.
Yeah,
we're millennials. I think that's lovely.
But wait for it. So, I don't know what the context or whatever, but John asked Sharon if she had washed.
No, yeah, so basically...
Her vagina?
I always clean my vagina.
No, wait, but Sharon was like,
I helped a lady yesterday get a pack of wipes.
I did not know where that was going again. You really need to navigate your stories better. I helped a lady.
A little old lady.
Just got a wingman. Come on.
A little old lady asked me if I could reach up and get her.
Reach out.
The Femme Fresh.
Well, yes. She wanted the blue for the toilet. But she was pointing to the Femme Fresh.
Why was the Femme Fresh near the blue for the toilet?
It was wipes for the toilet.
You could get that confused.
Yeah, was she? I think she pointed to that, so I got them down. And she went, "Oh, are they wipes?" And I was like, "Yeah." She went, "Oh, it's the toilet stuff." And I was like, "Oh, I get that down." She went, "But I'll have those as well."
Oh, bless her. You can also get deodorant for it.
Can you?
Can you?
Now that's not speaking as for a friend.
Actually,
I had a friend, and I never knew that she had issues with a smelly vagina, but she obviously did because I went into her room once to get some armpit deodorant, and there was Femme Fresh deodorant.
I thought you were going to say the smell hit you.
Close your legs, do you know what I mean? Like, just take a step back.
Oh my God.
And it's a thing. It's like it's a whole market.
Oh
I'm
my
full
God.
of useless information.
I love
same.
So back to Sharon.
Washing.
Right. So Sharon basically said to John, well, it's not good to over clean because it can affect your
pH.
PhD.
Oh, yes, it was in the dark.
Fucking PhD.
He literally
PhD
lights
energy.
were out, and he went.
PhD.
He just went, "Have you washed it?" And I went, "Yes, I've washed it."
Why would he ask you that? That's rude.
Because when I don't,
Can you, Dom?
Maybe he wanted the conversation to be quiet. You washed today? No. All right. Good night.
He was tired. That was his opening gambit when he doesn't want to chat.
it was 50-50 whether he was
pineapple. Pulls it out in the dark.
A glow in the dark pineapple.
But then I went, well, yeah, of course I've been to work, but if I'm at home and stuff like that, and I'm busy, and suddenly I'll sit down in the evening, it's 8 o'clock, and I go, oh, I've not even had a shower today. Not even clean my teeth.
What was that? A scratch and sniff?
Clean my teeth. No.
Oh,
you breathe into your hand for serious.
Well, yeah,
that's what you used
That's
to
what
do.
the grooms should do, but you get the grooms to do it.
That's what I used to do when I was a teenager. Like, you lick the back of
You
your
lick,
hand
I
and
was
then you
gonna
blow
say
on
that,
it to
you
smell
lick.
if your breath smells before you have a cheeky snog.
Did you used to kiss your hand?
Didn't need
Practice.
to, babe. Do you know what I mean?
Born with it.
The gun with all the gifts.
Goes back to my look.
So literally.
Skills.
And I went, said it's really bad to keep, to wash too much. I said you get rid of all your PhDs.
Yeah.
And we both burst out laughing.
I think the fact that you said that sentence gets rid of any PhD that you could possibly have earned over time.
And I said to her in the car, and she went, I said to John, I think that's a degree of something. Somebody goes to university. We've lost her. And he went, do you know, I'm so tired, I don't even know what it is. Well, no.
So these conversations are going really well.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a podcast with it.
Late night chat.
Yeah, so they literally I go,
do you remember I don't know if it's a Southwest thing, Late Night Love with Graham Torrington?
Well, I'm a Cornish girl, so I'm from Cornwall.
Did you ever hear that?
Yes.
It was like I don't know what station it was
midnight.
on, but it was on late at night, and it was just Late Night Love with Graham Torrington, and he was just a radio host, and he would talk about problems with relationships and playing music. I used to love it. Yeah. Your PhDs.
I know, I completely lost what we were saying then.
Anyways, what do you do?
I wash my china. I don't have a PhD.
Levels?
pH is strong. Thank you for asking. Thank you for checking in.
I'm not the only one that gets things wrong though.
What?
Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail.
Hang on.
Is it Gandhi or the Girl Guides or Olivia Coleman?
I don't like being quoted.
Did you ever find out who said it?
No, I didn't. Wait, who said that?
You.
Prepare to fail. Fail to. Hang on.
Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail.
Yeah, that's Gandhi.
Is it Gandhi, Girl Guides, or is it Olivia Coleman?
Girl grad.
It's Franklin.
Roosevelt.
No, the other one. Jeremy.
Steve Franklin.
I googled it. Where is it?
I'm
Benjamin.
not
Benjamin.
bright.
No.
I wear glasses and I often carry a clipboard so to confuse people. So people think that I'm intelligent, but I'm not.
There you go.
Does your husband just laugh all the time?
He's a real dick sometimes. Do you know, he said we were in bed the other night, chatting.
Pillow talk.
Really chewing the fat. And he was taking the piss, and I looked at him dead in the eye, and I said, do you know, people pay a lot of money to have me around.
Yeah.
And he went, for an hour. Harsh but fair.
But I remind
him, huh?
With the lights out?
Well, did they pay me for the lights out?
No, when he said it was the lights out.
If the price is right, I'll do anything. I prefer it with
I
the
can't
lights
repeat
off.
what you said to me in the car.
We've covered smelly vagina and
It's really
PhD.
bad.
It was really bad.
It's really,
what people would do for money.
I'll do most things.
John's been offered like 2 days' work, and it was like big money for 2 days, and I was just like,
To her mum, she said this.
I just said,
They can edit it out. Go on. Don't edit it out.
I can't say it.
Go on. Write it down.
She said people suck dick for less.
No, I said I couldn't even do that doing that. Sounds better.
You would need more money to
But
suck
I said
dick.
it to my mum, and she was just like, Lauren. And I was like, that's true. He's making more money in 2 days. And like, what have I got to do? Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
God, can you imagine?
Toes out.
So let's go back to you. What is a celebrant, and why do we want one? Why do we need one?
Why do we
God,
want
that
you?
got really serious, really
I
quick. A bit
know,
like your
I know.
swinger story.
I know.
Down here real fast. Okay, so
Going down.
A celebrant, not a celibate, a celebrant is an alternative to a registrar or a vicar.
Yeah.
So I create and deliver wedding ceremonies.
Do you think you're better than the vicars?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good.
You know you're better.
Yeah, I know I'm better.
How did you get into it?
I worked at a wedding venue for like 6 years, and I did just on the outskirts of Bath, and I did like everything from the first phone call through to the wedding day.
So
And
you're
I
like
loved
the planner.
So you're the coordinator.
No, the
Well,
coordinator.
More admin, marketing, socials. I answered all the emails and helped everyone out when my colleagues couldn't be asked, basically, because I gave a shit.
Yeah.
And then
You're not friends with them today?
no,
No.
who, the brides? Don't be stupid.
No,
my colleagues, some of them. And then I had a baby 4 days before lockdown.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I knew I wasn't going to go back to the venue because working at a venue is hardcore. Any hospitality is, but it's like the hours and every weekend, all that stuff. And so I knew I wasn't going to go back to that, but I wanted to stay in weddings. And
Why did you want to stay in weddings?
because I love weddings.
Yeah.
Don't you love weddings?
Yeah.
Everyone's happy, generally.
Yeah.
Everyone is in love, but I swear to God, if you say the phrase "I love love," I will punch you in the face. I had an email from a bride, and she did like an inquiry. She was like, I just love love. You can fuck off, Karen. Got no time for your shit. So I knew I wanted to stay in weddings, and it just kind of worked with the idea of having a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, with this, I can put all my talents and my PhDs and all my skills into this one job whilst working from home.
Yeah. And maintaining my pH level.
Maintain my pH, which is key when you're still in front of so many people.
Listen, I tell you, ask any person that works for themselves and is in the wedding industry, when it's full on busy,
Manic.
you are literally, the last thing you are caring about is you.
Your pH, right.
Yeah. No, but
let's keep it
basic.
But
hygiene.
we're grabbing food when we can get it, drink when we
It's
can
not
get it.
glamorous.
No.
But actually, I think that my job in the industry is probably one of the more glamorous ones, because on the day itself, I make myself look half decent. I rock up, I do my thing, and then for about 45 to 50 minutes afterwards, people just praise me, and I feel like the fucking shit. And then I, go back home to real life.
Yeah.
But I don't have to like clean up glasses or vomit or put up with people's nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Obsessed. I can't get enough. I can't say no.
So unless they say I.
And in the industry.
So so you had this, did you have the idea?
No, it was a colleague. So even though I'd been working at venue for 6 years,
one of the pricks
the only one I do still talk to. Even though I'd worked at the venue for like
but
6 years. Sorry, Kim. I'd seen maybe out of 2,000 weddings that I'd done, I'd seen maybe 5 celebrants.
Did you have any idea that you could do it, or you wanted to do it?
I didn't really know what it was.
Right, okay.
And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's still, people don't really know what it is.
Listen, I've been married 3 times,
Did you have any idea what it was?
No. My next one's definitely going to...
She's still got no idea, and right here looking at me.
She thinks you're the illustrator that's coming in next week. So
she thinks I'm going to get naked and she's going to draw me live.
Yes.
And for the money, I
will. Holding a pineapple.
Yeah. And a flamingo. No, people, it wasn't, I didn't know it was a thing.
Right.
And then I found in lockdown, my colleague rang me and said, why don't you do this? Because it does, I've got a degree in acting and I write and all this stuff, and it kind of just it's everything I love and that I'm good at in one job.
Yeah.
And so I looked into it, I did a course, and then it just went from there.
Course was online?
Course was online, so I did it during COVID, and did it at my own pace, which you don't have to do, you don't have to train.
Yeah.
But I just thought, why not? I've not got much else on in lockdown.
Newborn baby as well, and to study too.
Well, study's a bit strong. But yeah. Well, no, I couldn't do anything apart from breastfeed and watch Escape to the Chateau. Do you know what I mean? It's a great time for me.
Oh my God.
Lockdown was a great time.
Did you do anything with acting? Anything big?
No. I was an extra on A Midsummer Murders.
Was you?
Oh now I know. It's pretty exciting.
Oh, John Nettles is on my laminate.
I beg your pardon. What, love?
On my laminate. You know,
what's a laminate?
You don't know what a laminate is?
Like a kitchen worktop?
No. I'm sure it's called laminate.
Laminate.
Like,
did you not have a laminate machine?
You get a little list of people that you're
Is that what it's called? A laminate?
Yeah, when they make it shiny with like the...
Oh, when you laminate things?
Yes. And you put, once you get one, you can't stop. I tell you, it's great.
I was like that when my dad got one of those Dymo, the sticker makers. I must have been like 10. I was like, libs. I'm just sticking it.
Oh my God, I remember that.
This is mine. I know.
Now everyone just labels their kitchen.
Yeah.
But you have a list
of
people that your husband will give you a pass for.
Yeah. Am I on yours?
Well, you are now. John Nettles is coming off, and you're replacing him.
Sorry, John.
Don.
Sorry, Don. You're off. You're off.
That's what it should be. Don in the dark.
Don in the dark. So
Don in the dark.
How did you had this great idea, or your friend had this great idea? You
not you, your friend.
You did the course.
Yeah.
How did you go about doing it?
I had because I'd worked in the industry with a venue, I knew quite a lot of people locally.
So you had a foot in the door.
So I had a foot in the door. I knew quite a lot of people anyway, and other suppliers, and I actually did my first wedding only a month into training.
Wow.
And so I was...
How did you get that wedding?
A wedding planner who I knew from the industry phoned me and said, I'd put something on my personal Facebook or something, or my Instagram, whatever, and he was like, I see you're doing this. Yeah. It was a COVID wedding.
Yeah.
So there was like 8 of them at the Roman baths with the water.
Beautiful.
7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
it was incredible. But I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, of course I can do it. Yeah. No idea. I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrified.
And the deep end's fantastic.
Yeah, but I loved it.
I remember doing my first wedding show. I think I'd been open a week. And there I am, like, talking about it.
But it's the best way to learn.
Years and years and years, yeah. Well, you learn more when you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know.
And I was like, well, this is it now. I love it. Yeah. And so then I just, with my social media is the main way I get people, and then recommendations. So every time I do a wedding, more come. And it went from 0 to like crazy. Yeah.
Why do you think it's not legal here in the UK but at other places?
Because we're old-fashioned, traditionalists.
We don't like change.
No, we don't like change.
Is there any plans for it to become
People have been trying for so long to make it legal.
Let's go and chain ourselves to Downing Street.
I think if us three chained ourselves to anything, after 10 minutes they'd be like, "Fuck you, no." They're not going to get bored quick, are they?
We'll do anything. Where do you want us to sign?
They're not going to stop talking. They're not going to.
If the price is right.
At midnight going, well, you two shut up.
Do you know what it is, though? I think, because when I told my dad what I was doing, first of all, he thought I was celebrant for 6 months, even though I had a child.
That we Catherine do it.
And then he was like, he's old school army, so he was like, well, this is all very nice, sweetheart, but it's not legal, it's not real.
Yeah, not real.
Like, cheers, Dad. But then I said to him, even if they made it real, like legal, not real, legal, if I was told what to say, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I could be a registrar. I don't want to be a registrar. Because I don't want to be told what to say. Yeah. When I write my ceremonies, 9 times out of 10, Microsoft Word comes up and says, this language may be offensive.
No way.
Yeah. Like, yes, it is. How
do you normally start? Like, what do you have, like a set opening line or like a go-to?
Okay, so I hate this about myself because I've done over 100 ceremonies now.
Right.
So I do have certain lines that I do repeat.
Yeah.
As like entries into the more personalised content.
Yeah.
And I hate that I do that.
But you have to have a bit of structure.
Can you just give me a first line? Give me a first line.
Welcome to the ceremony.
Can you say it like that?
Yeah. Welcome to the ceremony.
Put your pineapples on the side and sit down.
Well, no, the first line does change because it depends what they want, what mood they're in. And it varies so much from like if it's a pub wedding, if it's a back garden wedding with 20 people, if it's a palace. I've done like a chateau in Belgium with 300 people. So it completely varies depending on...
whether you say good day or all right.
I had a wedding once in Bristol. One of my favourite couples to this day. And I don't think they would mind me saying, but they are very Bristolian. Like, very Bristolian. He was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm pretty sure he was half cut from the get-go. And
Hawaiian shirt?
Not for the actual ceremony, but the second the ceremony ended, he put his Hawaiian shirt on.
Okay.
And they were brilliant. And I knew when I got there, because with me, it's not legal, so you can drink alcohol beforehand. Yeah. You can't do that with a registrar.
No.
And vicars frown upon it. And so they were all pretty much drunk before the ceremony started. So I was like, okay, I've got a gauge of what this is going to be like right now. So then when it starts, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing. So I actually just went, oi!
You did a Bridget.
And I feel, to this day, it haunts me. I'm like, I can't believe I started a wedding ceremony with, oi! But they responded to it. I got to their level. They thought it was brilliant. Yeah, they were like, oh, sorry. I was like, you're really disobedient. Yeah. Sort yourselves out, see it off, and let's get cracking.
Yeah. But you have to be relatable.
You have to adapt to your scenario.
Yeah, we're like in the shop. We get all different clienteles, and you can't be posh to somebody that's not used to it, and gets like, oh god, they're really posh, or because they don't relax.
No,
and they'll go out with the wrong dress, So
I think the most important thing is that they feel comfortable, and that they relate to you, and that they feel like you understand them, and the guests feel like you understand them.
Yeah,
it's not my position to go up and like be all judgy.
Yeah.
And registrars, and
they do.
They're jobs worth, and that's sorry, but they are.
They do.
They're lovely people, I'm sure, but they are. I don't know if it's because it's a legal thing.
Yeah, I was incredibly lucky on the last wedding that we had 2 registrars, but there was a bit of a personal issue at the start, and which was quite upsetting. And it was to do with family. My birth certificate was different from what was on the stuff and everything. They were like, no, and I said,
they love a technicality.
I said, I'm sorry, but I've bought houses with this. I've gone abroad with this. I've served on a jury with this, and they were and they wanted to read out my father's name.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, in hindsight, that was quite a good idea. It didn't happen because it wasn't my father.
Yeah.
It's a different podcast.
Love this. That's another story that's going to go downhill real fast.
But had my mother been there, it would have really upset her because he hadn't been in my life since I was 5, 6, you know.
Yeah.
But they were adamant, no, we read out the father's name. And I'm like, no. I said, it'll be really odd that happens because of this situation. And my son was with me, and you know what? They just looked at us and went, well, if you can buy a house with that, then we'll accept it.
Well, that's good.
You know, and then afterwards, then we had the ceremony and they married us and everything, but they did a reading that we never asked for. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
You're
And
like, fine.
it was.
No, I accept it. I love it.
Yeah, it was lovely, and I think that, you know, and then even the Toastmaster said that never happens. And I think because they realised the tone, they changed it up. But I was incredibly lucky to have that.
You are lucky, because I've so many times have registrars. They can do up to 6 ceremonies in one day.
Can they?
Yeah. So 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they'll be there and they'll be like, if she's not here in 5 minutes, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've had them make brides cry, all this stuff, because they're so by the book. Whereas if someone says to me running late, I'm like, sweet D, pour me another one.
Yeah.
And let's just take our time.
Yeah.
They've got so, and I get it because it is a legal thing and they have to tick the boxes, but therefore they are so regimented.
Yeah.
And you can't. It takes it away. It takes the specialness away.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, it did for me. I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
Just before.
And you shouldn't be.
Yeah, it was awful. You know.
Whereas if you had me, I would know about your dad. I'd know about your mum.
Yeah.
I would know about the history, and I would know I wouldn't have even asked it.
Yeah.
Because I know about you.
So obviously, you get to know them. How does this start? You know, the
so they will inquire. We have a Zoom call normally.
You do, yeah. Okay.
And then once they booked, I always say to my couples, like, I don't need anything from you until a few months before the day, but honest to God, and I mean it, drives my husband mad because I don't know where to stop, but like, come to me with anything. Yeah. And because I've worked at different parts of the industry, I'm like, if you want any advice on catering or you just want to throw ideas out there.
That's our industry, though.
Yeah.
We all
everything.
Network, yeah.
And suggested suppliers and things like that. Like, if you need anything, basically, the more I get to know you, the better. Yeah. So if you just want to, like, leave me a voice note. Yeah. Like, I genuinely become best friends with 95% of my couples.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And then we just get to know each other, and then we go from there, and then I send them a questionnaire, which is good.
What's on the questionnaire?
It's really good. My friends love it whenever you get pissed. They're like, ask us questions.
Oh my God, we need to fill out a questionnaire.
It's really good. You should do it. Do it with Dom.
Ask us the questions that are on your questionnaire. So pretend we're getting married.
Well, I'll ask you some of it. So it's like logistics, like where did you meet, first date, dates, houses, locations, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Then it's the juicy stuff, like, okay, name me a time they most embarrassed you.
Every day.
Fucking hell.
What's great is when you get the 2 questionnaires, because they
do it separately.
They do it separately.
Right, okay.
And I always ask them to have a few drinks, fill them out separately, and send them over. And then I don't read one without the other. So I print everything out because I'm old school. So I literally sit with my laptop and I have each questionnaire either side, and I'll read question to question. Yeah. And when they correlate, so one of the questions is, what 3 habits do they have around the house that piss you off? Yeah. And she'll be like, he's messy and untidy and I have to tell him to clean up his shit. And his will be like, she nags. I'm like, well, there we go. That's marriage.
Do you ever look at that though and go, you two should not be getting married?
Never.
No. Oh, that's a definite match.
Because the more they hate each other, the more likely they are to stay together.
Yeah. It's true. It is true.
The questionnaires.
Not hate each other, but
niggles. They're honest.
Yeah.
And those are my couples. When I say to you about I love love, no time.
Yeah.
All my couples are similar in that they're not going to stand there and go, oh my God, I just love the sparkle in your eyes. Like, I always say to them, love is like yeah, and that's fine. Choose another celebrant. Choose a vicar. Do you know what I mean? I always say love is like taking the bins out without being asked, or ordering a takeaway when you can't be asked to cook, or having sex when you don't like them because you haven't had it for a week. And by a week, I mean a month. And by a month, I mean 2.
2 years.
By a month. And that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. But those are my couples. Whether they've been together 6 months or 16 years, it's like, they're not going to stand up there and go, it's romantic, and
Yes.
they love each other,
Yeah.
and they're getting married, of course, but then they're realistic.
Do you think that by doing that, when you are, performing your ceremony, that obviously the audience, but the guests.
I like to call them the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know about that side of them.
No.
And they're sitting there expecting this,
I surprise a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of guests afterwards are like, because it's not hugely common still, celebrancy, a lot of them are like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was different, wasn't it?
Do you ever come out with anything like really wild and then people have been like, because I feel like you're really low key.
No, I have to be.
What, low key sitting here?
I'm joking.
Oh.
I am.
Fucking hell.
I'm so quiet and shy. I send them a draft.
Right.
So, because sometimes he'll tell me something about her, or whatever, that I think's hilarious, he thinks it's hilarious, and she'll be like, I can't believe you fucking told her that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always send them a draft, because also, as much as I might get to know them, and I might make jokes, but I don't know that they do have an auntie who has alopecia, so I probably shouldn't mention it.
Right.
I have to be careful of where...
Yes.
Come on, we've all got one.
What would you mention?
Why wouldn't I mention? I have said pussy. I have said...
No. In how?
Fart.
Fart, that's fine. How is
Well, is
pussy
it though?
come
I
into
just
a
don't think many
celebrant?
wedding ceremonies use the word fart. We prefer break wind.
How is pussy coming into it?
It was a cat.
Oh.
It's all in the face. It's all in the delivery.
So they will got that question in, and you'll write something,
Yeah.
and then they will see that.
Yes.
Okay, and then obviously, are there many amendments, or I suspect
No,
they
not
would probably
many.
just say, you know what, that's perfect.
Normally it's I've got something in the wrong way round, or like a holiday. They went this like
Penis.
yeah.
Will they get to this point where you've done the draft and then go, actually, you're not for us?
Yeah,
or-
fuck off.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I'm turning up anyway.
Outrageous.
I'm coming.
No, I leave it till like
I know what day and what time. Yeah.
I leave it till a week before the day. I'm like, you've got no chance of replacing me.
You'll be like the ex-girlfriend that turns out halfway
Yeah.
through the ceremony.
Good luck.
I've never had that. Can you imagine? I would be devo.
Yeah.
Have you had any dramas at weddings where you've seen shit go down? You're like, wow.
No, not really, because
It's just been love.
Yeah, well, it's behind. We're British, so we don't talk about it, do we?
No.
But at weddings that I've worked at, I'm really just there for the ceremony and about an hour afterwards. So generally, people aren't that pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
that's
drama
true.
happens in the evening.
Yeah.
Do you get anybody that not heckles you, but halfway through will go?
Sweet liberty over here.
No, but when you read it out and go,
She's been putting me down. Do you
Ask
see
you
that?
to unclip
"Can't
your
heckle
maternity
you,"
bra.
but we'll try and say.
Sometimes I do that just for the vows.
Well, you nursing
Get my
bra
lefty
on,
out.
yeah. No, but there was
Is that the favourite one?
that didn't happen. When you're reading something out, and go, no, that didn't happen. I was there. Nothing.
I would.
Take them down.
Do you know what it is? I would. Do you know what it is? It's like because some people have their friends do it.
Yes.
Because technically, what I do is not legal, so technically anyone could do it.
because this has really come from like a Joey from Friends when he's
just gonna say
Yeah. In other countries, it's really easy to do it. All my American couples, my American weddings, they're used to it.
Yeah.
Because in America, you do literally sign up online and do it. So when people come to me and they're not sure whether to have a professional or a friend do it, I find it hard to sell myself anymore. But what I say to them is it's not just writing and performing.
Yes.
So
Delivery.
I have spent years on stage and doing improv and doing comedy and public speaking and working in weddings. Like, something will always go wrong. The music will stop.
Yeah.
A child will cry.
Yeah.
Someone will have a coughing fit.
Yeah.
Someone will smash a glass. Like, it's how to navigate that
And carry on.
and carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. Children at weddings.
Next question.
What did you say?
Children at weddings.
She said that because
no.
she knows how
I
I
know
feel
the
about
answer
it,
is.
which is controversial.
Do you hate it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
hate
no,
it.
I say it. I'm the same.
I don't hate it's a bit strong.
It's different when the
not
couple have
ideal.
got children
It's
and
different,
everybody
yeah.
around them have got children, definitely.
When it's like a family wedding
Yeah.
and there's loads of kids, I say that I do like the idea of it. When I got married, I wanted to have loads of kids because I just liked the visual of them like looking at me
I like
adoringly.
the look of them.
Yeah. I just wanted them to be all sat around my giant dress and just
like a royal wedding.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
And then
I
take it
wanted
off.
to be Princess Sodding Diana, all right? But in reality, I had one and he left after the ceremony. But I think they don't want to be there.
No.
They're bored.
We have it in the
And
shop.
the parents love having a night off.
Yes, I would never take
Stretching.
Lola. I would never take Lola to a wedding.
No.
Not even my own.
No.
Yeah.
I had a ceremony recently and they have a 2-year-old and there was another 2-year-old and they were wearing like proper shoes. So they were like, and they were running up and down the aisle for the whole ceremony.
Oh my God.
And that's something
You
like
get your Nerf
working
gun
out. And I was like, it's their kid.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't even realise it, but I can read the room whilst I'm doing it. So I could tell I was losing people because they were distracted by this constant noise.
But they've brought people to look after those children. Those people haven't looked after their children. We have it in the shop.
It's not the children's fault. They're two. They don't want to be there.
No.
An adult should have taken them out.
Yeah, someone should be responsible
but
for the
no.
bride and groom. You
And
would
it was
discuss that. Like
One of the hardest ceremonies I've ever done.
Yeah.
Just because there was a constant noise and a constant...
Oh.
And they, like, I'm used to kids, like, if there's babies, the couple's babies, and they'll be on there. Like, I've done a ceremony before where I've had the baby on my hip. Because she took the baby and she was wearing this gorgeous... Takes a village. I was stuck on that.
But we've done it in the shop where we've had it where the bride's brought her baby and that's okay with us. They can bring their own children. But then the baby's kicked off and we've held the baby as we're dressing the bride and kicking the bride. So she's getting the experience that she needs. But it's hard.
You can't say. And I also think if you are babes in arms, if you are feet, you can't say to someone who's had a baby 2 weeks ago, you can't bring them.
Yeah. We had somebody at our wedding and just literally the baby was about 2 weeks old. But they'd left.
I wouldn't leave the house.
But they just came for the wedding, the meal, and then they didn't stay for the evening. They went home. So it was only about.
Still couldn't tell the difference between day and night.
No, after 2 weeks.
No.
After becoming a mother, or just generally
just
in life, struggle with it.
We should film you getting into my car.
What day is it?
It's really hard.
Where can't you get married? Where can't you perform?
Nowhere. There's
There's
nowhere I can't perform. Just ask my husband, he wouldn't know.
Even at night when the lights are off.
Even when the lights are on. No, not when the lights are on. I'm a glutton for punishment. There's nowhere I can't perform. But that's a tagline. Hashtag. Nowhere. Because it's not legal. And that is part of the beauty of it. Wedding venues are expensive for various reasons. And one of them is having to pay for a licence. Yeah. So actually nowadays, a lot of venues that I go to a lot don't even have a licence. So it has to be a celebrant or a church wedding in a local church. And then they go back to the venue for the reception.
Can you do a ceremony in church?
No. Right. Not like a functioning working church. There's a venue in Bristol called the Mount Without, which I go to a lot, and that's an old abandoned church.
Right.
So it's not churching anymore.
Imagine her dropping her little words that she said in a church.
What? Pussy in a church? Yeah.
That would last very
No,
well.
I was just thinking, like, you must have had this with brides in their dresses. The idea of not wearing knickers in a church mortifies me.
Oh, did you wear
God
knickers
will
on
know
your
that.
wedding day?
Of course I wore knickers. They're up to my armpits.
Yeah. So I bought you a little present. Well, you can't keep it, but I wanted to show you something because I know this is your thing.
Okay.
So there is an alternative to no knickers, and we sell these in the shop.
These make me feel sick.
I
can't even look.
That heart. Oh my God, that actually made like I clenched my fanny.
Yeah. Look, but feel it.
That's
That is definitely going to mess up your pH levels, that.
First of all, it's not wide enough. If I'm honest.
But these are a thing.
I would
It's not wide enough.
I would prolapse my way out of that in minutes.
In one cough.
So, is that the front?
Yeah. The love bit is in the front.
No, that's for your bum.
No, that's for
Why
your
would
bum.
you even
No, it's
wear
not,
that?
Sharon. Why are you lying? Look.
Oh,
Didn't that look like something that when you've got glasses in your glasses case, when
I'll
you
put
wipe
the
your
name
lens?
down.
A lens
And
cloth.
also, it's got infection written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Why would you even wear anything?
You can use that up
'Cause
to
of
20
church.
times.
So you take it off and then you
like Doris has got over
re-stick
here. Does it really?
Would you wash it in between?
Really
Just
tight?
femme fresh it.
Yeah, you little spray.
If you've got a tight dress, that shows
You got a tight
girth.
Yeah.
If you've got a tight dress that shows every visible line, that's why the girls don't wear pants.
I reckon you still see that little
I
part.
would rather go naked than wear that in church.
Can you imagine if it dropped off halfway through?
That literally wouldn't.
Just like that
would not go from front bum to back bum.
Oh, it stretches.
Not enough. Imagine if you were mid-ceremony. Oh, I just bing.
You just hear it.
And just
flew off.
I had a friend's stockings fall off. Fall down, not fall off. They actually just fell. They were the hold-up ones in church.
I was just about to play a game of football.
They fell off, and her wonderful sister, literally, while they were doing signing the register, because she had to walk to the table like this, and as she sat underneath, her wonderful sister peeled the tights off and put it in the bin underneath the desk that they're signed on.
Last Christmas. After I gave you my heart, because I'm so cheap, I don't like to spend money on anything, and so I buy my knickers from Primark, whatever.
Oh yeah, Primark's on today.
But they're awful, and they break after some rigorous exercise. So last Christmas, I'm at my in-laws, who are a lot more PC than my own family, and I'd just been for a wee, and I came out and I thought I was wearing these delightful sequin trousers, and as I was walking into the living room with my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, my 102-year-old granddad-in-law, I was surprised I didn't finish him off. I thought, what's that on my leg? And I shook it like a dog, and my knickers had broken and had fallen down my leg came out of the bottom of my trowel.
They completely disconnected.
They completely disconnected from me, and they'd fallen down my left leg, and I just shook my leg like a dog doing a piss in a bush, and they just fell out.
Oh my God! See, I'd
feel
mine rolling down from my ribs first.
It was mortifying.
Yes, underwear is really important.
Amen.
But I have tried this.
Have you?
This is the exact one.
I have tried this, and it's
not that pH.
We're only on 17 wears.
I wore it to an award ceremony, which we won.
Oh.
And I have got a big butt, and this stayed up all night.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I struggle with
body
suits
the poppers.
And then you get pissed, and you're like, oh, trying to do them up in the cubicle.
I've had many of times where it's it pings and you hit yourself in the face. And I find the ones, because I love the Primark ones, but I've noticed now so they're like pants, but if you're wearing a thong, the pant bit seems to ride up to the thong.
They all ride up.
I can't wear a thong.
And at the front.
No, it makes my bum hole itch.
Yeah. On my middle wedding, when we were dress shopping, we went to they don't exist, but it's Virgin Brides in London. It was Richard Branson's brand.
Oh, I see.
And what can't he do?
I know.
Can he make them?
And I went with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law to be, who I like greyhounds. They're beautiful. They're skinny. There's a little plumpy me.
As skinny as a greyhound.
I know. That's terrible comparison. Skinny as a greyhound.
I'm going to say greyhounds are beautiful.
They own greyhounds. I think that's why.
Gotcha.
Stunning.
And there I was, little plumpy me, and my son, who was 11 at the time, and then we went in, picked all our dresses, and went into the cubicle, and it was literally wall-to-wall mirror. And and I wore a thong for the first time ever. So no matter where I stood, my butt was out with this horrific thong. And I think I've worn one since.
But from that little bad boy
that's
laid over the arm.
I'm into a full brief, me.
I love a full
if
brief.
I can get it over my gunt, then
that's the best.
we are quids in.
Or a high-rise thong, I like.
We have a game to play.
Ribs.
Oh shit, okay.
Do you want to play?
Yeah, all right. I'm not very good at games.
Oh, I think
apart
you're
from spin the bottle.
Well, this is a little bit like spin the bottle.
Okay,
but you keep your clothes on.
I used to play Kiss Chase a lot when I was younger.
Yes, me too.
Which I think nowadays would probably be frowned upon with the old Me Too movement.
I
Imagine just chasing after children and kiss me.
I never used to run away. I wanted to be kissed.
Oh, I was the one running.
So like my little girl is the predator.
Yeah, I was the predator.
We need to move this over a little bit.
Oh, God, I didn't even. Has that just appeared?
Yeah.
It was like an absolute bandit going.
I was going to say ninja, but you can call him a bandit. He quite likes the word. Look at him.
Okay.
He's smiling. Right, give it a spin.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to break it. I'm incredibly.
Oh, that was very weak. I
know, well, I'm
expected more from
physically
you.
very strong.
Oh, switch it.
Switch it.
What does that mean? Oh, you
she
ask
doesn't know.
us.
She's made
You
it up.
ask us.
What?
Question.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm unprepared.
Buckle up. We're going in.
Okay, well, my instinct is to ask for your worst date story, but we've heard the old swinger thing, so We've covered that. We've ticked that box, haven't we?
Oh, there's many more.
Okay. In the bridal boutique, is that what you call it, or shop?
Yeah,
boutique
either.
shop. This is me. What do you do, or have you ever had, or what would you do if a bride came in and had a very sort of different sense of what they look like to what they actually look like? Like like my mum says that I have body dysmorphia.
Everybody's got body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
But my mum has it in that she thinks she looks like Beyonce.
Yeah, we
actually
have
she looks like
love
Beyonce's
that.
dad.
We have the girls that have lost tons and tons of weight.
Yeah.
We're going from like high size 30s down to the low teens. Like, so shitloads of weight. But they still see that bigger girl.
No, but I mean the other way
And
around.
we have it.
I mean the other way around.
Yeah, I feel like
there you go. She knows what I'm talking about because she's a bitch like me.
We do. But we.
Something all nice over
She
here.
said it. No,
until we get in the van.
The thing
no,
is that it's our opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it's their opinion.
Well, it does matter to them,
But
I think.
Yeah, well, in some way, but you can't win in that situation because if they say my arms look
what
fat,
if they say I look amazing and they don't? What do you do then?
Or
Then
we
we
can
need
have
to choose more
people that
dresses.
like we really, really like, and then all of a sudden we see them talk to their mum like absolute shit, and
Yeah.
we're like, wow,
Yeah.
and then we're just
Have
like,
you ever refused to serve someone?
Yes.
can you?
It was a lady that
I refuse to serve you, but
do
work
you know
with
what?
me.
I've been doing this for nearly 23 years now, and so we don't get much of it. But it was a particular girl, and she was rude from the beginning, like really rude. And she didn't come out to change rooms. So we have two ways to say we say that we normally dress you.
Oh my god,
Are
you going to say what you're going to say?
Are you all right for us
You're
to
gonna
come
die.
in? Or if they're a bit shy, we get absolutely.
I'll
get
just
it. But
stroll in now. I don't even ask for
We
permission.
need to do the dress. You know, you can sense if they're not if they're a bit shy. So
I'll just be like, you okay?
gauge. So we've been with them 15-20 minutes at that point, so you can get a good idea of who they are. But so you know, we'll say, you know, we normally dress you. Are you all right for us to be in here? If not, then we'll step outside, get into the dress. And when you're in it, give us a shout and we'll come in and clip you and pin you and stuff like that. Well, this girl wasn't coming out the change room, so I kept saying, you know, oh, are you all right? And we're 15, 20 minutes in.
Oh my God, she died.
And worse. And and
We're
it's the
doing
point
it.
where she went, I will tell you when I am ready, like really viciously. And I'm like, okay, just let me know. And I'm still miss calm. And this is about now we're a good half an hour into, and she's still not into her first dress.
No.
And but she was just being rude. So we're very protective of our business. So we do have a no photograph rule because we do have our own designs within. So I thought, well, she's in the change room taking photos of her in the dress. To go on Vinted and try and find something similar.
Another bandit.
And
I
and I said, I'm coming in. So I came in. She was stark naked and she was touching herself
in the mirror.
in the mirror.
Bet you didn't know that was coming.
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, and I said, you're gonna have to put your clothes
She
on.
obviously really liked the dress.
Yeah, no, she wasn't even in a dress.
How
no
weird.
dresses had been touched at this point. So I said, you're gonna have to put your clothes on for Nana.
No dresses have been touched.
Yeah.
However,
I'm gonna have to end this appointment. And she went, and Mum was running late, and then Mum.
How old was she?
Late 20s into 30s. But Mum had then arrived, and she said, well, what's going on? So I've had to end the appointment. She went, oh,
Was she doing it again?
this has happened before.
That's a
Without
disorder.
me saying what
That's
she
a
said.
disorder.
Yeah. But you're roping your mum in. And she'd been to other
Careful how you
shops,
phrase
done it.
that.
Yeah. No.
That's...
But mum had always come into those appointments knowing that her daughter was doing that. It was wrong. It was just
No, I didn't expect. She keeps doing this.
Going
She's
down.
starting so high. We've gone from ugly brides down to basic sexual assault.
Yeah.
I can't even deal with you.
But it's okay because it was me. But if it was a member of staff or
That
one of
kind
my
of really
youngest,
yeah.
I want to be very protective of my girls, you know, because it's their working environment, you know. So you know, and there's many other stories I could tell you.
Oh my God.
Spin the
There's
wheel
so
again.
much.
I don't want to. Is this gonna? This will fall
No,
off
it
if I
won't.
give
No.
it. This is by the
all
way,
I can hear in my
this
head
is my
is
non-working
that song, When
arm.
I think of you.
Words of
wisdom.
wisdom for any couples out there.
Just love.
Just love, guys.
Have you got like a favourite quote that you like live by, or that you love to
Fail
say?
to prepare, prepare to fail.
Or that you love?
By the Girl Guides.
Do you know what I do? But it's not wedding related.
Okay, that's fine.
The quote that I live my life by, which sounds like it could be naughty, but it's not, is sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do for the people you love. And that's just how I approach life. Like,
Meatloaf.
yeah.
Won't do
Meatloaf.
that.
I'll do anything. Won't do that.
I'll bet you will.
Oh, yeah, no, I will. The money's right.
After 3 months, you would.
That's how I approach my life. With words of wisdom. I don't know. I think it's very difficult because I think each person has their own like level of what they gauge is acceptable or what they think's lovely, what they think shit. Like that you look at obviously I look at all these different relationships and they're all about to get married, so they're all loved up.
And they're all individual as well.
But they're all individuals. So there might be some where, you know, they are with each other that I would think is too friendly, not sort of intimate enough. There are others that are too intimate and not like bantery enough. Like it's too much. They kiss constantly.
Why did you both look at me then?
I don't know.
Because of your late night Don Juan chat. So it's hard to give like one phrase, but I would say what I say nearly at every ceremony is that it will not always be easy, but my God, it will be worth it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And I've been with my partner 17 years now.
Wow.
And I can attest to that.
He's not allowed to leave the house.
No.
How long have you been
As my current
married?
husband.
Yeah.
That's what I refer to myself as a working single mother. And he's
You're not allowed to do that anymore, are you?
Why? Because I'm
particularly
married.
if you're married. No, but if you're
I'm married to a man, therefore I am a single
where
working
was it?
mother.
It was either I listened to it or it was, but apparently, I know where it was. It was on another podcast. It was brilliant. But if you're separated, so you obviously live in different houses, and you're working, you can't say that you're a single working mum.
It's ridiculous.
Because it's not.
I struggle with the woke of it all.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell.
And what was your wedding like?
Amazing. It was
Big?
not big, 115, 120.
That's great.
It was at home. It was a church wedding.
Yeah.
Which was on.
When you said hi, I was like, what? Your
I
living
live
room?
in a church.
Living room.
Halo. It makes me sound.
In the bathroom.
I'm aware that I sound a bit like a twat when I explain this because I said it to someone the other day and they're like, "Oh, you're posh, aren't you?" So I realised that it sounds a bit twatty.
Your country estate.
Yeah, but it was on the village church that is on the grounds of my grandparents' house.
Right.
So we had, and it's like a 5-minute drive from my parents' house where I grew up. So we drove to the village church, which is where I grew up, and my granny would do the church flowers, and I would help and all stuff. So, and my grandparents are buried there, and it's a lot of family history. So we had the church wedding, and then you walked through the grounds of the church, and then the house, and then we had a marquee that went onto a barn.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was amazing. I planned it all with my mum, and then it was in October. And then the next day, Beyonce.
Did she perform?
I'm the Michelle to her Beyonce. And then the next day we had a clay pigeon shoot in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we had I didn't shoot. And then we had a big lunch, a big sort of feast.
Oh, nice.
It was gorgeous. Yeah, I loved it. Weirdly, the only thing that I would change looking back is my dress.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because
I would add sleeves.
Yeah, but you're.
Bothered about your arms?
Yeah, looking back.
Yeah, well, everybody's like that. But I think also, people say, well, what if I get married again? I would have a different dress. Well, yes, you would, because you have changed from that person through,
I mean, I love it. I still put it on now.
Yeah.
I mean, my prom dress was cerise pink. I definitely wouldn't be wearing that now.
Where do you? I already know the answer to this one. Ask her when she puts her dress on.
What?
Her wedding dress.
What do you mean?
Where do you put your wedding dress on?
What do you mean where? Like
everywhere.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wear it every Mother's Day. I put it on and take a picture of Lola. And I just put it on at home and just take pictures of myself. What of it?
Oh, I love that. Do you post them online?
Some websites. And it's still hung up in my bedroom at my parents' house.
Oh, fantastic.
It hasn't been dry cleaned. I'm sorry, don't hate me. So you've still got the dirt at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's huge. I had to step into it. 7 layers.
Yeah.
And it's a princess gown, and I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. It had pockets.
Yeah.
At the time, and I still love it now. I just would now. I would have had sleeves, but I had a fur.
When did you get married?
October 21st, 2017.
Oh.
Yeah. I love autumn. It's my favourite time of year.
You thought about framing your dress?
It's too big. I might buy a Doris.
Not in your country manner, it's not.
No, it's fine. Not my country manner. I hasten to add, I live in a 3-bed terrace in the arsehole of Wiltshire. It is not my country manner. I hasten to add. I don't know what I would do with it. It's so big. My mum made hers into our christening gowns.
Yes, well that's what you should be doing with it.
And I think I'm going to keep it for now, and then if Lola wants, it's so many layers, it's so big that she could just take a bit of it to do something with.
Well, that's it. I think you pass it down through the family and they can do whatever they want. I'm a huge fan of recycling. Yeah. And I know that you were on another bridal podcast. Yes. But we don't have the room in the industry, have enough dresses as it is. Yeah. But you can donate your wedding dresses to charities that can reuse them, buy gifts, and there's a charity that actually makes christening gowns. For
I would definitely loan it out. I would rent it. I would want it back. 500 quid.
Yeah, and they clean it for you first as well. There you go.
Sweet deal. I ain't paying for that shit.
I hate these cabinets that you can put them in. I think they're freakish.
They are. They're like Doris. They're like a haunted house.
Yes. You have it on the landing. You're coming out for a pee after your PhD.
I'd see a ghost like
that episode of Friends with what's the one that comes out the picture frame?
Yes.
Oh
what was
my
she
god,
called?
Phoebe's artwork.
What was her name?
She had two. Was one Greta?
Mavis? Margot?
Don't know. Somebody message in. So I've got time for a couple of questions from some Bryce.
Ask me anything. Are they legitimate questions?
100%. Yeah.
I find that very odd that people.
It is. We find it really odd.
I find it so odd. I had an inquiry the other day, and she's like, "I've just got engaged. I don't have the venue. I don't even have the ring yet. I don't have anything. But I'm obsessed with your podcast. Yeah. I'm obsessed with you. You have to marry me." Yeah. I'm like, stop yourself.
Gladys and Glynis.
Gladys and Glynis.
That's it. I don't. Yeah, we've sold to people that are not even engaged or even got a fella. Yeah. Or another half.
Can I come and just try dresses on one day?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's Phil work. Should have gone wrong. Right. My sister is bridesmaid, whose other half gets very drunk, and is punchy.
Like physically.
Physically punchy. Right. We don't want him to come. Help. What should they do?
Her sister's partner.
Yeah, so it's a sister who is obviously her bridesmaid.
Right.
And my sister is bridesmaid.
And the sister.
So it's her brother-in-law.
I've had very similar scenarios to that at weddings.
What do we do?
I would say speak to the sister.
Yeah.
And if the sister's got any sense, she'll know this about him. She might not admit it or like it, but she'll know it about him. And just say to her, it's too risky. And then it's up to the sister.
Too risky to invite him?
To invite him, yeah. And then it's up to the sister. If the sister is going to put him with that kind of thing, a lot of logistics come into play. How long have they been together? Yeah. Do they have kids together? Does he even want to be there? Because he might not even want to be there.
Yeah.
So I would just speak very openly with your sister and say, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
And rethink your choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
rethink your life choices.
Yeah.
It's we get it in the boutique. This is your wedding.
Yeah.
It's not theirs.
But no one ever goes by that. I say it every time, and no one ever. It's always about other people.
It is.
Right.
But,
so your answer is sit down and talk.
Sit down and talk openly with
you wouldn't
sister.
Talk to him.
No, he'd probably punch me.
Yeah. Take away his drink.
Have a swig and.
Mum wants to do a reading, but we don't want her to. What do we do?
Funny.
I've had that a lot of times.
Have you?
I have had it where the mum.
Beyonce.
Yeah, where the mum has written.
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that's the situation.
And it starts with my little boy. Oh my god, I had a mum once who, when they got engaged, she took him on holiday for the weekend as a going away present.
Oh.
You've heard about
mother-in-laws of
You've heard the Bitty story, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would. I don't know why they don't want us to. I would just let her.
Yeah.
To be honest, I like readings at weddings, unless she's like. Actually, this sounds very awful. I think the only way that I would say absolutely not is if she had a really stupid voice.
Like me?
No, a comedy, I'd be like, no.
Get off.
But she doesn't want her to do it, so what do we tell her?
Say,
how do we do it?
Just say, why doesn't she want her to do it?
Some more respect.
If she can't read, then say, I want you to do it. And as a gift, I've paid Olivia Coleman, the Olivia Coleman,
to write you a speech,
to write you a reading, and to train you for an hour on Zoom.
Yeah, and you would do that anyway.
Yeah, I do that. I train people.
Price is right.
Do anything.
My groom is very nervous and is not great with his words. Will you help him? Will you help him out?
Oh yeah.
Well, does he have to read them out on the wedding? Does make sense? My
groom is very nervous, not great with his words. Will you help him?
Well, read out his vows.
Yeah.
Or write his vows.
I'm guessing. Does he have to read out his vows?
So, my style of ceremony is what I call traditional but not formal.
Right.
So I tend to follow quite a traditional structure because I think then people recognise it and they don't question the authenticity of it. So I would always include quite traditional vows, which is I, Olivia Coleman, take you, Chris Hemsworth, to be my wedded husband, and they repeat after me.
Yeah.
So
man's been taken so many times.
He could put it anywhere. So I would always say that, but if they, and all of my grooms are nervous, which is one of the reasons why, and my brides, one of the reasons why they book a celebrant. Because I become their friend, and so that it's their friend stood there next to them. Yeah. And I talk them through it. If they start to wobble, or they start to cry, or they start to shake, then I'll just be like, it's all right, take your time. Good. It's fine. Okay. Do you want me to do it for you? I'll do it for you. Like, it's having someone who knows you to stand there next to you. If he absolutely had a phobia, then no, of course he doesn't know how to do it. Right. But with a registrar and vicar, you have no choice. Yeah. But no, I would, if there's a celebrant, fine, give me more to say, whatever.
How much are you?
£4.
60.
In euros?
For what? Which service? Day or night?
Celebrancy, I'm £9.95.
Wow.
What do you think? That's too much or too little?
I think it's good.
Do you?
I think we're getting a lot of Mrs. Coleman for that.
People, I suffer with imposter syndrome terribly. Yeah. And so when I upped my prices after the first year, I was like, oh, I can't charge people that. Also, I hate that people overcharge in the wedding industry because I think it's unfair.
Same. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I started, and I research my designers so much.
My boss is doing it yet either. Yeah. It's just like,
it's not fair that people add on. It's not fair. And everything's so expensive, so I struggled with charging more, but no one's questioned it. And now nearly all of my couples afterwards say, I would have paid double for that. Yeah. Because every single wedding I've done, people have said that the ceremony is the most special part and the most memorable part of it.
I mean, if you break down what people remember, you know, they're going to talk about
it's the reason you're there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I love. And again, it makes me sound a bit like a twat, but the idea that I would have had an effect on people. Yeah. And that there are, even if it's just the couples, there are over 100 couples in the world that will remember me.
You've touched every single one.
I just want to touch people. Internally.
On that note, I've got a little gift for you.
Another one? Darling, I've already got my
we didn't talk to you about this.
The cupcakes.
What is this?
I thought they were purely decorative.
No, you can eat them. Why are they so small? You're hungry. They're carrot cake.
Oh, that is my favourite.
Had I listened to the podcast that I listened to last night, I would have brought you some hot dog sausages.
Oh my God,
and a chicken Kiev.
Right. Oh my
I
God.
love a Kiev.
This is what happens. I meet my couples and they know stuff about me because they listen to the podcast. Chicken Kiev, chips and sweet corn's my absolute favourite meal. And a sausage. I had a battered sausage last night.
Oh, I love a battered sausage.
Then I had supper. And it was, I tell you what, I can eat sausage all day, every day.
I do love sausage.
I love sausage.
We bought
you need my sausage.
Oh my God!
And you've got a little gift in there. For when you're at venues, for your heels.
Oh my God, they're so nice. I'm taking some home.
There you go. Save your little heels.
Oh, you guys are the sweetest things ever.
Little heel stoppers.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
And I did ask you what you like to drink, and you're definitely our girl.
Yeah, what? I like alcohol.
You drink
I
anything.
don't drink on Mondays. Unless it's a bank holiday. What have you bought me?
And you told me that you drank everything.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is not helpful.
Have you put everything in the bottle?
It's the dregs of
She went minesweeping at the local Legion.
I love a bit of minesweeping. But you are a bit partial to a pina colada.
Oh, these are. Someone went to Marks and Spencer.
Yeah.
No expense spared
They're
for me.
lovely.
Yeah, they are
Made with
good.
fresh
Oh my god, I
pineapple.
love a pina colada.
There
It's
you
one
go.
of your 5 a day.
So you can put them in there when you're doing your podcast. So there's
You've got a gift bag
Thank
as
you
well.
so
there you go.
much.
There's a supply for you.
Oh my god, I love this.
And
What? There's more?
there is more. So what's your podcast is called?
I'll marry you,
And what music do you end with?
Mr. Sunnyface.
So I bought you
A sunny face.
a sunny face box.
Oh my god!
Is there
aren't you
anything
so
in it?
Cute.
I made you the bigger version of those
This is more.
for your journey home.
These are more gifts than I've had in years.
So you come
I'm
back
just
again.
sitting here fuming,
Oh
to
my
be
God,
honest.
I love you. Sorry, who are you?
I come here every week.
Who are you?
What the fuck have I got?
Your own
Oh.
box, because I knew you would say that.
Oh my God,
I'm
you're
missing.
so
I've just got the
lovely.
chocolate in here.
Yeah, because the guys behind the camera have eaten the other cakes.
That's
Your
outrageous.
journey
I'll
home,
tell you
because
what
you
I'm
came a
gonna
long
do.
way today, so thank you very much.
You're so kind.
So where
My
can everybody
friend.
find you?
My Instagram. You just-
Did you watch? You've watched the podcast. Did you watch the one a couple of weeks ago where?
I thought this was her first one. I didn't even
No,
realise.
so-
Who is she?
so basically, what?
Nice to meet,
Meet you.
So I'm trying to find.
I'll draw you later.
I'm trying to find her. All the time, I think she's in the toilet. So I'm running around, getting Doris undressed and everything. So I'm packing up everything because she needs to go and do school collection.
Yeah.
I can't find her.
Parent.
I think she's in the toilet. Anyway, it wasn't until I saw the episode that she's actually sitting here and she's helping us
You were
out.
right next to her and you didn't know.
No, when I was out there, she
I was on my own.
she was
Everyone had
back in
left,
here.
and I'm eating the afternoon
But the
tea.
camera was still running, so she's sitting there, and then she's got her phone out. She's wiped her sticky
No,
fingers
I
on
wasn't
the
actually.
sofa.
It's wiping.
You know.
I was looking for my phone and going like that.
Yeah,
and she's
so
like,
I'm
you wiped your hands. I do not do that.
Babe, we have 4-year-old and 5-year-olds. I wipe everything on anything.
Yeah, normally wipe it on them.
So what have you learnt from this podcast today?
Just how much I love you.
You're the best.
Not to wash your PhD off.
Yeah. Don't overwash your vag.
Yeah.
That's key, kids. That you're fabulous
Oh.
and that everyone should go to your boutique. I've learnt that I really need to stop oversharing on my own podcast.
No, never stop, never stop.
Could you
I
imagine
have to
how
say,
bad this would be with alcohol? And I feel like we
we
need
will
to
do
arrange
one.
one.
Yeah.
We will do it. You have
After dark.
you have been part of my marathon journey for a long
A
time.
physical inspiration.
No, because you've taken my mind.
This is where I sit on the outskirts again.
We talked about how hard it
Like Sharon.
is for me to do it, and taking my mind off me
Aw.
actually physically doing it is fantastic. But you are responsible for quite a few accidents.
Apologies.
I nearly bumped into a person who I nearly went in the canal.
Yeah.
Because you've had me in stitches of laughter.
I love it.
You're fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very
So
much.
you
I love doing
smash
it.
everything you're doing.
I'm breaking now. I paused for the summer.
I know.
So I haven't got time to record
No,
and
we're
do all the
continuous.
weddings.
We can't. We
You
don't
can't
do
stop.
Yeah, we don't do series, do we? She doesn't even
She
know
wishes
where
she
she
could.
doesn't even know she's here.
Well, actually, you're being replaced next week, so I
Yeah, I'm coming back.
don't know what you're complaining
It's only
about.
2 hours away, you know. Come on. Where can we find you?
My Instagram is not that Olivia Coleman.
Yeah.
And my
love
podcast
that.
is I'll Marry You at the UK Wedding Podcast. And my website is oliviacoleman.celebrant.co.uk.
Fantastic. Will you
And my OnlyFans is...
Will you ask everybody
Will you get
to
the real
subscribe
deal?
for us?
Yes, everyone please subscribe to this podcast because it's amazing and they're wonderful.
Oh,
thank
thank you. Thank you for everybody for listening. Say bye, Lauren. Oh, that camera.
Bye.
Why is he doing that?
Oh my gosh, you are the best.
You're fantastic.